Howdy, everyone, and welcome to another Monday night here. Week ago, we did do JAS number 17. So now, tonight, we'll just go ahead and do JAS number 18, talk about a couple topics, and also some changes that'll be made here to the MikeySuzeFour channel after that. So, I just came over from Brother Curtis Selby's channel. I heard that he would not be monetized. He has 735 subs. And according to the YouTube overlords, they think he's dangerous for his speech. Weird. That is just weird. I don't know. It is. It's totally insane. Um, just want to let you know, folks, that there are changes coming. So, as I just said, so I will get to those as soon as possible. Anyway, let's just discuss three different things we know going on right now. Now, a Minecraft movie is doing very well right now. A lot of people are divided about it. There are some mixed feelings, preferably among the Minecraft community. Uh, I think most of them are happy that Technoblade, who you all know as Alex, who died when he was only in his mid 20s because of a rare cancer that he suffered, um, you know, he's recognized at least three different times in the film, which I thought was very cool because even who I consider myself a neophyte when it comes to Minecraft, I don't understand the logistics of the game. I don't understand really how to play most of that game. But I watch my wife interact with Philza, Quackity, a few other people there in the community, just hanging out, saying hello, whatever. She doesn't even play the game. Now I know Gorilla's Censored Thoughts, our buddy there, he plays it every once in a while, and he wasn't a big fan of the movie. We talked about it, so we agree to disagree. Gorilla and I, we do that a lot. You should see us. If you go into other streams we've done together, oh yeah, agree to disagree for sure. Yeah, lots of stuff. Anyway, let me take a look. Since I can't present it, let me take a look to see how well it's doing now. Let's see. Let's see here. How much has Minecraft made in total? It's weird that they can read your thoughts. Wow. Okay. So the video game itself has made anywhere from $2 to $3 billion. That's their total revenue since its launch in 2011. As of October 2023, it says it has sold over 300 million copies, making it one of the best-selling video games of all time. Now we'll just look at the Minecraft movie. Okay, and currently a Minecraft movie has made over $550 million, $550 million globally so far. So by Darren Bonthwey on April 14, 2025, at 5:24 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, a Minecraft movie continued its impressive run at the box office, earning $80.6 million during its second weekend. And it's grossed over $550 million. And the popular video game itself is now halfway to reaching 1 billion total copies. Wow, that is insane. That is insane. And oh, hey, Larry. Hi, Mike. I have played that game for a long time. I'll be honest with you. It's a lot of fun, especially when you are in the sandbox creative mode. You can build all kinds. Imagination run the wild. That is cool. Yes, sir. That's cool to hear. Um, like I said, Suzanne, she's not really plays it, but she does talk to a lot of the people. And it was a great movie. sir. If you haven't had a chance, please go with Diane and go see it. It's very fun. A lot of great vibes from it. Jack Black is amazing. Jason Momoa's cool. Um, yeah, even the other three that go with them are cool. Um, yeah, just drop by to say hi. I got a lot going on. Have a great stream, my brother. Thank you, sir. Tyler went to see it. He loved it. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, Tyler went to see it. Cool. Yeah, we saw it opening day, Suzanne and I. It was fantastic. And the guy, we told you his name is Alex. In real life, his name was Alex, but he went by the name of Technoblade. He's in there 3 different times. He's homaged 3 different times. His dad managed to get that for him done. So, yeah. Oh, we went back in time to go to Prescott. Yeah, I saw that, dude. I saw the spirits. I saw the spirit up in your video. You may not have caught it, but there was a white wisp that went up just as you said something and shut the lights off. Go back and look over your video. Yeah, because like when you said that, there was a white wisp that went up. Oh yeah, Prescott is haunted, dude. You knew this. I knew this. Come on. Yeah, it's very haunted. Yeah, yeah. You went back in time. That's true. That's true. Prescott. Yeah, and a lot, which is also true. A lot of the early settlers before they made you remember at one time before Phoenix became the capital, Prescott was the capital of Arizona back in the late 1880s or so. And of course, at that time, before they had the Spanish the Spanish American War that Teddy Roosevelt was in, he recruited a lot of these cowboys, yeah, from the Prescott area to become a part of his Rough Riders. Because don't forget, remember, Teddy Roosevelt got to go through Arizona and he saw the Grand Canyon, thought it was impressive, all that stuff, sir. Yeah. Yeah, they were called Arizona Rough Riders. Correct. Correct. Yeah, I loved how you saw that. We were, Suzanne and I, we went down to the Toronto ferry, where they have ferry boats that go over to what they call the Toronto Islands. And there was a spot we were at where this one ship back in 1947 caught fire, killed a number of people, and all but one of the people that died from that were Americans. And it was just a boiler thing, it happened in the closet, set fire to it. It was called the Noronic, Noronic, and we were there at the site of that today. Yeah, we sat there watching, seeing the birds and everything like that. And hello and welcome to Anchorman. Hello, Scott. Hello there. Roger Blair. Howdy, Mikey. Hey, Roger. Good to see you, brother. Yeah. Yeah, so Suzanne and I, we went and had basically an early anniversary tour. We went down and, we went over to the airport and hung out and did some people watching, and we had a nice little picnic lunch, and then we went over to Toronto Ferry, which is near the waterfront, near downtown Toronto here, and we went to take a look at Lake Ontario and watch all the birds and everything go by. It was kind of cool. Yeah, love that. Be yourself. Oh, great. Okay. Larry just went ahead and posted his YouTube channel. Make sure you go there, folks, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the like here today. Don't forget to share it, and don't forget, please, 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 when you subscribe, make sure you hit all notifications. Takes less than a second, and that way in the future where it says to notify me, all you have to do is hit that once and you got notification on, and it tells you when we come on. It tells you when we do specials, web streams, webcam streams like this, or if we do a live stream, when I do my reviews, of Star Trek and Star Wars fan films. Yeah. So that's cool. Oh, this is all right, my brother. I gotta run. I just want to say howdy and see how you were doing. Thank you, brother. I'm glad that Suzanne said that your video was available, and I went and watched it. So I'm glad you're doing okay, brother. And let's see. Oh no, no, no. We didn't do video. We did do a couple of we took a couple pics. Jack Layton runs the ferry terminal. It's named after him. So what they have is this bronze statue where he's on on a bicycle. I don't ask me how I got up there, but I did. And then Suzanne couldn't climb it, so she went over, stood next to it there. She took a couple pics, and they're on Facebook. So if you want to check it out, those pics are there. It'll show you that we were there. So yeah. Oh wait, you're not live right now. No, 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 no. Then it must be a vision in somebody's head, which is very scary. Yeah. No, you're never a vision. Come on. That's funny, Larry. That's funny. You're cute. That's funny. As you can see, one of my beautiful girls over here is sleeping her butt off. She's very tired, poor thing. Um, let's see. All right, so we all know the Minecraft movie. It is a good film. It's doing well. All right, my sweet buddy, you take care. I got a lot to do. I got a lot to go. Okay, do always be yourself. I will try, and I always do say yours is some of the best piece of advice I've ever received. So I always quote you and say, Larry, always be yourself. Yeah. Right next to what my wife says, leave everything in God's hands. Great, great pieces of advice. Thank you, buddy. It's great to see you. Oh, hey, Gorilla's censored thoughts. I thought you would kind of slink over here. Huh? Hey, Gorilla. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, that's hard to believe. For I going back to Curtis, our brother Curtis Selby, Tired Midnight Blogger. It's kind of he has 735 subs, and what's really hard to believe is his political statements and things that he gives on his channel are the most polite I've ever heard. And I'm just quoting from what Gorilla says too. They're the most polite rants that I've ever heard in my life, political or otherwise, and yet YouTube deems him dangerous. Really? Mm-mm. Nope, I'm still having difficulty with that. I really am. But it gave me a topic tonight to talk about here on just another stream. Okay, now from now on, uh, times may be changing. I'm just going to let you know in the next couple of weeks. Now this week it's Easter week, so I'm not going to go ahead and do any of my reviews. Okay, my webcam reviews this week, just for this week. And I'm not doing anything on this weekend. Maybe I don't know yet. I want to do, like I said, I wanted to do a Easter weekend stream with Miss Charlotte. I don't know if that's going on or not, so we'll see what happens with that. But as far as that goes, uh, this week I know I still would like to be there for Gorilla for his cigar lounge on Tuesday. Um, let's see. Friday, of course, the walnut or the walnut. Hello, hello. Okay, Walton's Walton Street on Friday. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be there at least for Gorilla twice this week. Um, I don't know what else is going on this week. But the next few weeks, I actually may not do a lot of streams. The reason being, I'm trying to get my Canadian license, my ID. I can get a non-driver's one because I don't drive much anymore, if anything. So I can get that for about $35. It's cheap. I just have to wait. I have to wait only another 2 weeks to get that. So. But a gorilla says, I can't believe he hasn't been monetized. Hell, they monetized me. Yeah, gorilla. Okay, brother gorilla has some very deep-seated content. I would like to say, and sometimes yes, it could be censored very easily. But he just he's brave and he goes out and go ahead and says it. Says what's on his mind, which I wish a lot of people would do. Lately. Um, but I've always said, And don't take this the wrong way, YouTube, but I've always said that you guys or gals, whatever, you're two-faced. You are. And you know why? Because you decide, it's up to you, right? You decide if something is wrong or if something is right. And then you get it mixed up all the time. You get it mixed up all the time. There are people like Curtis Selby who don't deserve what he gets. And then there are people like Gorilla. Understandably, Gorilla's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes he does say things that might just go out of the woodwork there. And, YouTube just goes, what? It's like, I don't know. I should, the point I'm trying to make is I think everything should be done fairly and equally. Equal representation for every single person. And look, I'm no perfect person at all. Absolutely not. I try to be careful. I don't know if that's a good quality to have. Try to be careful. I don't know. But I mean, I'm just the way I am, and I'm not going to change who I am. I mean, I enjoy what I do. And every once in a while, yeah, sure. If I want to take time off, I will. Because this is our channel. And Suzanne agrees with me. If I get tired, I will step away for a little bit. But then when she says I get bored and I want to get back and do it, well, yeah, I do. So then I get back and do it. So, yeah. Oh, and there is John Pantoriera, or known as JPRPH1. Howdy, John. Good to see you. Howdy, Larry. And hello, Jeff B. Well met. Hail, Mikey and all. Good to see you, Jeff B. And John says hello to Roger Blair and to Scott. Anchorman. JPR says, hail, Jeff B. and Gorilla. Jeff B. says, just don't hit a moose taking your Canadian driver's test and you'll be fine. Okay, well, just to tell you, Jeff, I don't plan on taking the driver test. I don't plan to drive anywhere around Canada. No, there's plenty of good transportation here. And I can take a cab, I can take a train, I can take a subway, I can take, a streetcar. There's plenty of places I can do things that I can get there without having to bust my hump and try to drive all the way. You know what I mean? And believe me, I can easily learn the laws around here. I know how to do things. I mean, I still can drive down in the United States. You know how hard that is down there? I've only got 5 more years left to do that down there, you know? And yeah, Jeff B is winking. Yeah, I mean that's just commonplace. It's I can get away with it. Canadian Spider-Man was drinking a Gorilla's IPA on his bonfire stream last night. He was wishing you were there, Gorilla. Oh, well, that's so cute. Canadian Spider-Man. Oh, man. Rod Thunderheart. Those two are like peas in a pod. They belong together. That's all I'm going to say. And they rejected me. Why? I don't know. Yeah, Gorilla says I was a bit busy at the time. Yeah, Gorilla does have a life, Hello, Curtis Selby. Well met. Hail, Mikey. Finally making a live stream. Well, Curtis, you did a pretty good live stream there yourself, my friend. Hello to Gorilla or hey, Gorilla from Curtis. Okay, so we just talked about a Minecraft movie. The next subject I wanted to talk about is a very touchy subject. Well, really, it's about a natural disaster that's impending. I don't know if it's going to happen yet, but in Alaska, somewhere, there is a mountain called Mount Spear. And Mount Spear has been spewing lava lately in the last few weeks. And somebody around there in the U.S., Geological Society, or whatever seismology's people there, says that thing's going to explode eventually. And the ash cloud is going to be tremendous. Now, let me folks, let me get you straight on a couple of facts. First of all, Mount Spear is pretty isolated. Okay, it's almost on its own kind of island, and it's right out there near the Aleutians. Okay, now I don't know if any of you have ever been to Kiska or Atu over in the Aleutian Islands. They're pretty well scattered. Okay, they're close to Alaska, but they're owned by Alaska. But they're just, I mean, there's not a lot of people living there. Let's be totally honest. Okay, now that being said, if an ash cloud does occur from an eventual eruption of Mount Spear, that ash cloud will spread into Russia. It'll come down into the United States, probably easily into California, Washington State, Oregon, you know, some of the places there, and even British Columbia too, and the Yukon, at the Northwest Territories. So, yeah, I mean, there's a potential danger there. But will a lot of people be affected? No, probably not. As long as they don't go outside, you know. Once it happens, with the ash cloud being the way it is and the way that the wind currents carry everything, yeah, you don't want to go outside. No, 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 no. Yeah, and you probably want to go ahead and have a mask ready, you know, a backup mask or something. Yeah. Ah, that's what you meant. Well, Curtis, you're awesome. Thank you. Yeah, he says, I mean, I'm making it to one of yours. Yeah, that's why I said I just wanted to go ahead, kind of wait till you were done. And then when I saw that, I was just going to get ready and do this. Because I did have a few topics I want to talk about on my JASs. Also, I was going to put a poll in our community section starting tonight after I'm done here. I want to ask, do you folks want me to go ahead? Now, you already know, like I said, I usually do my, weekly webcam series, the 4 shows I cover, Red Dwarf, TOS, Get Smart, and A-Team. And I usually cover them at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That usually works for most people, so they were cool with that. But what I was going to also ask is, would you like me to go ahead and do just this? A regular webcam, just doing just another stream, just kind of putting it out there on Monday nights. Doesn't have to be a certain time, it could just be any time, really. But it's like every week, it could just be a weekly thing. Like the last one I did was a week ago. I did it on, on the 7th, April 7th. So I was thinking maybe I can do another one April 21st after Easter. And I was just going to ask you folks if you'd like me to do that. And I was going to put that in a poll. So hopefully, if any of you do want me to do it, and it'll just be a yes or no. Would you like me to do JS, blah, 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 and then so on. And then just a yes or no question. And then I will read the results of that when I come back after Easter to do, Red Dwarf. So, when I start the Red Dwarf and all the shows again, to go through those. Yeah, because we have a lot to do. I have so much to do, but this week there's other things going on, and I just needed to take some time off. So just for this week, it's Easter week too. Yeah, that's fantastic, Curtis. I'm glad you're here. So he says howdy to John and Jeff. Uh, John says hello to Curtis. Hail, Curtis. Gorilla says hey, Curtis. Jeff says hail, Gorilla. John and Curtis. Gorilla says hey, Jeff B. And John says hail to Jeff B. That's fantastic, guys. That's wonderful. I'm glad that you folks are saying hello to one another, and I'm glad that all of you are members of our blessed family community of subs. We love you guys and gals. We do. We love you tremendously. Jeff B does say sounds like a plan. Wow. Yeah. Cool, Jeff. Yeah. Um, I may, I may do it every other Monday. I don't know yet. But if you guys are very enthusiastic about me trying it every Monday or every other Monday of doing the JAS, I could do that. Yeah, because it just gives me something extra to do, for the whole week. But I love being active. Suzanne will tell you, I don't like to be inactive for too long. When I get bored, I'm just like, okay, let's just do a stream. You know, see how many people come by, say hello, whatever, and it's cool, and I love that. We do. We both enjoy it. And folks did know we passed 250, right? So we're trying to go for 300. Yeah, we're making this a gradual ascent. So yeah, we're trying for 300 subs. So I think we're only about, I want to say, 47 away from 300. So a lot more people to recruit out there. But if you can get people, yeah, Curtis Sub says 300. Woot woot. Yeah. Well, 46 away. Oh, nice. Okay, 254. That's great. Okay. Thank you for checking, Curtis. Okay, so 46 away. So let's try to get those people, right? Okay. So what you do is say, hey, MikeySuzeFour is one of the best channels on YouTube. You'll never be berated. You'll never be criticized. You'll never be ostracized. You people that you meet are fantastic. They're wonderful people. They have great families too in the background of their lives. They have wonderful things going on. Now, sometimes they do have some tragedy and things happen, but that's why we're here. We're exuding kindness. That's what Suzanne said it best. This is a kindness channel. It only is about kindness. We want to be there for everybody that we possibly can. Now, yes, sometimes we overextend ourselves, and that will happen. And that happens on a lot of channels, not just ours. But that being said, I mean, we've got prayers, we got prayer groups, we've got everybody, you know. My parents are Carmelite ministers. Do you know how many prayer groups they've got? Numerous, too numerous. I mean, and our brother Jay Aldridge, lives down there in Louisiana with his wonderful girlfriend, Renee. He's got 12. He said he's got like 12 prayer groups. Oh yeah, and Larry is a die-hard religious man. He really is. And my brother, I've known him. Like I said, I've known him almost 50 years, and he is deeply religious. I know he's uh, very concerned about the state of the world and things going on, and he's hoping that the guy down there, Trump, can do something. Let's hope he can. I don't know. But I'm no longer there. I'm trying to become a citizen of this country, of Canada. And yes, I'm proud of it, of being, I was proud to be an American because I was born there, in California. And then I moved to Arizona and I stayed there for most of my life. I was in Oklahoma. I was in Florida. I was in uh, Colorado for a short time. I've been to different places. I took Suzanne all across America. We drove all the way across, over 3,000 miles. Then, when I left Arizona for good, and I was going to move here to Canada, and I took another 3,000 plus miles. I drove almost 6,600 miles round trip from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, to Scottsdale, Arizona, and back. Do you understand why I don't want to go driving anywhere in Canada anymore? I already did it. I went across the country. Yeah. So, yeah, Mikey, doesn't cost anything to be kind. That's true. That's absolutely true. Good point there, Jeff. Thank you for saying that. Yes. Doesn't take anything. Mm-mm. No. And I do want to ask a favor. Okay. I've been under a lot of stress lately. I really have. And today was a great day. Suzanne and I, we decided to take advantage of our wedding anniversary, our ninth wedding anniversary, which is coming up this Saturday. And we decided to go out and have a day. We went and had a picnic. We went out, we went by the lake, we sat down, watched birds, things like that. It was fantastic. Oh, Curtis, thank you. Happy anniversary. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's coming up in another 5 days. Yeah, yeah, this coming Saturday. Yeah, it'll be 9 years married this coming Saturday. Yeah, 9 years. And my parents were, like I said, they're Carmelite ministers, and they were there for us that day as our witnesses. They watched us get married by a a courthouse judge named Macbeth. I don't make this stuff up. This is true. And not only that, but she quoted verbatim by heart a Shakespearean love soliloquy for the two of us. Made me bawl my eyes out, made my dad bawl his eyes out, and it made my mom and Suzanne over here giggle their heads off. Oh my gosh. I'll never forget that image. That was insane. Oh, Jeff B says congrats in advance. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I'm just, like I said, don't feel bad, guys and gals. I'm just taking this time to be with my wife and enjoy our week. We'll get to our wedding anniversary on Saturday, have some fun with that. You know, eat something, do something. I don't know. We're just gonna take it easy. We're not doing a whole lot. Going to spend a lot of time together. Um, and you know what? We might watch Jesus of Nazareth. I have that downloaded already. And I do it as a tradition every year. During Easter weekend, I always play that movie. I love it. And the late, rest in peace, Olivia Hussey as the Virgin Mary. Yeah. hmm Yeah. And an all star cast. You guys all know about it. So, well, anyway, let's pray that Mount Spear, even if it does explode, and they're all saying it will, let's hope that Mount Spear doesn't cause too much damage as far as the ash cloud or whatever happens. Let's hope that there's little less than maybe, I don't know, a blown up mountaintop and maybe only a few people affected, not grandiose populations. I don't think that will happen, okay? I'm just telling all of you that, with all honesty, I don't think that will happen, but I do believe the mountain will explode. It will. It will blow. It will blow. The volcano is ready to go. It is. It's totally ready. The other thing I wanted to mention was in Myanmar. Myanmar, for whatever reason, has had over 1,000 little aftershocks, little quakes, ever since they had their major quake there in Myanmar, and a lot of people have died. And without saying, well, let's see. Let's just I always try to make sure I can spell this. Okay, so it says that Friday's 7.7 magnitude quake, among the biggest to jolt the Southeast Asian nation in the last century, crippled airports, bridges, and highways amid a civil war that has wrecked the economy and displaced millions. The death toll in Myanmar climbed to 1,644, the military government said on Saturday. So this past weekend. So, let's say some prayers up for the victims. Over 1,600 victims of this earthquake so far, 7.7. And they're just still digging out bodies, back and forth. Not a good thing. So, yeah. So we will say a quick prayer for all of them when we do our prayers, our big prayer later. So, yes. Okay, so like I said, I'll put the poll up. Now, tonight. Also, I do, folks, want to let you know that we will be returning with our Star Trek and Star Wars fan films next Saturday on the 26th of April at 1 p.m. Eastern, as we always run it. So, Scott, if you're still in the group here listening, I will send you guys, you and Elijah, Larry, if he wants to join us. I will send someone a copy of the movie to PvP. I'll also send it to our friend Jay Aldridge and to Charlotte Nightstar and see if she wants to join us again. And I do have a list of people that I know are interested in fan films And I will, and Curtis, if you're interested, if you feel like you want to watch a fan film, I can also send you a copy during midweek before the 26th. So let me know in Facebook messengers, okay? All of you that I know. Send me in Facebook Messenger. Would you like me to send you a copy of the next fan film? Now, what we're going to be covering is Star Wars next, because, we do Star Trek one week, one Saturday, and then we do Star Wars the following Saturday. So this coming 26th of April on a Saturday, we'll be covering Heir to the Empire, Heir, Heir to the Empire, which introduces Grand Admiral Thrawn. And this is supposed to be events that occur just after Return of the Jedi and just before you get to Force Awakens. So it's covering a big piece of space there. Get that? Space. The final frontier. No, not that one yet. Um, but anyway, yeah. So I mean, there's just a lot of time frame there. Mara Jade, who ended up, you know, falling in love with Luke Skywalker, who's still around, and the clone emperor he fights, which actually is a clone of himself. I don't know if that's true, but but I mean, I've read some of the books and the novels and stuff, and that's a lot of great material there. And someone made a fan film of Grand Admiral Thrawn, his early beginnings, and Pelayan, and his sidekick that came from the battle over Endor, one of the survivors. Yeah, it's very good. It is actually a very good fan film. So that's what I'm going to send out midweek. But before I do, from now on, I want some people to message me, please, if they can, and let me know if they would like to participate. And I'll say, yeah, absolutely. I'll send you a copy of the movie, and you watch it. And then when you're ready, just come join us on Saturday afternoon. I'll send the StreamYard link to you guys and gals in your Facebook Messenger, and then that way you can come up if you'd like and join us, and we'll talk about it. It doesn't go very long. When I do these fan films, the most I'm trying for is about an hour and a half. They're not very long. All I want is like three different things. I just want to know, did you see it? Obviously, you're there, so you did. Secondly, I just want to know what was your favorite scene from it and what you think overall. And then finally, go ahead and give me your grade. And if anybody else has seen it before us or in the past, they can, in the chat, they can talk to us and let us know what they think too. And that's a lot of fun. And then, of course, on those Saturdays, our friend Sci-Fi Sifdan has his own personal live stream, which he does with involving different sci-fi franchises. And I was there with him this previous Saturday. That was a lot of fun, and I like doing those with him. So we can always like I said, I try to do because I like having Sifdan also as a co-host to help me and Jay and so on, Jay Aldridge, to help me out, to help us out with this with the fan film, to go over it and everything, and and then afterwards he can go and rest, and get ready for his show, and then I go join him on his show and I do co-hosting. And this weekend, I think Charlotte is going to be doing an interview, I believe. Also a podcast. I think she's going to do something for Easter. I hope she does because I would love to join her. Otherwise, I told my wife we might do something for Easter night. Yeah, we might do a special live stream and have some people come join us. That would be a lot of fun. But we'll see what happens this weekend. I don't know. This weekend I might just not do much of anything and just kind of rest all weekend. And by the way, if you are a Catholic or a Christian, it's up to you. But this coming Friday, of course, is Good Friday. So, no meat, no fish, no steak, no, you know, chicken, nothing like that. Um, you are allowed to have one major meal. So you can have like a grilled cheese sandwich or PB&J, whatever, but nothing meat related, period. Okay, that's why Good Friday is a holy day of obligation for those Catholics and Christians. So make sure you honor that. Make sure you follow that day, okay, to the full, if you can. Now, if you're unable to, God's not going to condemn you, okay? And if you have like a little piece of meat or something, say on a steak, or do a little steak or something, or you go out that night or whatever, you're not going to be condemned. Okay, you're not nothing's going to happen to you. Okay, but it's just an obligation. If you feel obligated and it is a holy day of obligation, try your best and see what you can do on that day. This coming Friday, that's on the 18th of April. So, alrighty, let's see what else is going on. Hmm. Oh yeah, okay. So that was the other things I wanted to talk about was putting up the poll. I wanted to let you folks know that every week I do these the 4 shows. I may not do them every week from now on. So if there is a week that you don't see me up here doing the 1 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern time webcams that I do, you might just see me only on the Monday thing doing the JAS stream. Yeah. Now, here's another thing I want to let you folks know. I know this might seem a lot to take in, but on occasion, I will do a live stream that's called um, the JAS Special Edition. Now, Special Edition, I might be able to pull in a few panelists. We might be talking about certain subjects, certain topics that are really important that have been going on lately. And if we do that, I will make sure that during the week, like I said, when and if I'm doing my uh, webcams, say even say even Thursday, let's just say when I do my 18 things, my reviews, I could always say, okay, now this next Monday we're planning to do a JAS special edition, which means it'll become a live stream, not a webcam, and I might try to get a few people to join me so we can talk about certain things, um, for just a little while, like we're doing right now. And yeah, so there's a lot planned. And like I said, um, middle of May, I'm going to try an experiment. One of those weekends, I'm actually going to go ahead and try to do covering a mystery, and that could be like the mystery of Bigfoot. It could be the mystery of the recent disclosures about UFOs from the Pentagon, from the Navy, all this other stuff. Bermuda Triangle, um, the Oak Island curse, what's going on. All of those different little mysteries here and there. I might go ahead and start doing that in mid-May on the weekends, possibly during the Saturdays. So there may be some months where on Saturdays I might do the 2 fan films and then do the mystery, say like the third Saturday, you know, and have a live stream. But again, like I said, I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older by the day, I feel like. And I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to do stuff for myself so I can feel better. Type 2 diabetes is no joke. We both have it and we're both suffering, but we're doing the best we can. That being said, as I said, sometimes I may not want to do anything for a week, but I will give everyone at least to be considerate and to let everyone know that I'm not going to be doing something that week. And so if you know that, at least then you don't have to plan anything to come watch me. Because come on, I'm not a very nice look. I'm not a very decent looking guy, but this beautiful lady over here loves me for who I am, so that will suffice. That'll work for me. That'll be fine. We do have 8 likes. That is totally awesome. We got 3 people still watching, so very cool, very cool. That's very much appreciated, folks. It really is. Let's see. I really can't think of any other topics we can talk about here for this JAS stream. Um, really don't know anything else really. Uh, but all right. Well, let's say the quick prayer. Okay. So Father, Son, Holy Spirit, dear Lord, at this time in the country of Myanmar, there have been many people, at least close to 1,700 people that have unfortunately passed away from a terrible earthquake which rocked the entire country. There are still emergency crews, firefighters, every sort of person known to man that they can recruit so they can go in there and try to find bodies and look for people. So, Lord, please, I need all of your angels and saints, including Saint Michael, the Archangel, and Saint Suzanne, which is Suzanne's patron saint. I need them all to send their prayers and pray for everyone there, all the families that lost loved ones, all the victims, that they all go to heaven and pray for the cities and the towns in the country itself. So, also, please, Lord, add in our special prayers for Larry and his family, also for Jay and his beloved Renee, and everybody else we know in our beloved community. So pray for them all, pray for their families, pray for everyone there, not only in the States, not only in Canada, but in the world, as I always say. And with all this, I ask you and pray, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory, yours now and forever, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, the world without end. Amen and amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. There we go. So that will take care of the prayers for tonight, hopefully. And let's see. Let's see now what else is going on. Okay, so like I said, I'll make sure that I put up the poll tonight. Ask you folks if you would like me to continue doing these JASs on Monday nights, right around this time. I'm gonna say between 7 and 8 o'clock p.m. because I don't know who else is doing things during that time. So I don't want to take up too long, but sometime between those two times. So that would be most appreciated. So, alrighty. Well, first of all, I hope that everybody who has, whoever you are out there, down in the United States or here in Canada, if you haven't done your taxes yet, get them done. Make sure you get them done by tomorrow night, at least by 7 p.m. tomorrow, because then you'll be in trouble. Now, if you get an extension, that's fantastic. But the extension can only last you about 3 months or so. So you're going to need to go ahead. If you get an extension, you need to still pay your taxes if you find out that you owe, and make sure you do it within that 3 month time frame. So, and make sure that you do sign up for an extension before tomorrow. You got to do that before tomorrow. Because if you do it on tax day itself, I'm not sure how the governments handle that. I don't know what they do with that. So I can't help you there. But I do know it should be done before tomorrow. So, thank you. Jeff B says, be safe and well, Mikey and everyone. Thank you, Jeff B. You too, my friend. You too. Okay, so, like I said, we got 8 likes. When I add mine, and Suzanne has already added hers. So when I add mine, it should be about 9. Hopefully we can get one more. 10's the thing, Ancient, when he says hashtag 10 like hype. Like that, yeah. So hopefully we can do that. Okay. And it looks like it's almost 8:45. Okay. So we're almost there. All right, so I want to thank Jeff B for being here. He may have some content. I believe he does a little bit. So make sure you check out his channel. Make sure you subscribe to him, even if he has only poultry content. Come on, he's a good guy. Curtis Selby, our tired midnight blogger, brother Curtis. He has some of the most polite political discourse streams I've ever heard. The man is not dangerous, YouTube. I'm telling you this, okay? He isn't. So, everyone out there, if you haven't subscribed to him yet, please go to Curtis Selby's channel, The Tired Midnight Blogger, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the like button today here. Don't forget to share this with your friends and family and acquaintances. And also, as I said, please, please, please hit that all notifications button so you'll know when our next stream and our next webcam or live or anything we do is coming up, so that you'll get plenty of notice. Hopefully, since YouTube has been kind of shirking their duties lately, sort of. I don't know for sure. Okay, so we thank Jeff B, Curtis Selby. We thank JPRPH1, also known as John. John, thank you for being here. We thank Gorilla Censored Thoughts, my brother there in Minnesota. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Gorilla. Don't forget, if you're doing your cigar lounge tomorrow, Gorilla, please let me know, and I'll be there for you. Let me know what time at least you're thinking of doing it, okay? Let's see. So there's JPR, there's Gorilla, Jeff B, and Gorilla again. And I want to thank my beloved brother Larry, who is the owner of Be Yourself Adventures. He has some fantastic content there. He goes on various travel adventures. Earlier today, he was on an adventure over there in Prescott, Arizona, which used to be the territorial capital of the state of Arizona before it became Arizona, when it was New Mexico territory. And then when it became Arizona in 1912, it moved to Phoenix eventually. So, yeah. So make sure you go there and check out his channel. He's got some great content there for sure. We want to thank Roger Blair. Thank you, Roger Blair, for being here. You're always welcome, sir. Thank you again. And of course, our wonderful young man, Mr. Anchorman himself, Scott. Scott, you're always welcome. Make sure, sir, that when we get back to doing the Star Wars fan film next week, I know you'll get your invite, but if you can't make it, I understand. But if you can, I would love to have you on the panel again, because you are wonderful panels helping me out there. Okay, so with everyone that was here, and of course my beautiful wife, so on behalf of Suzanne, my wife, on behalf of our beautiful kitty cats, Moon Pie and Deja Vu, I want to say welcome, or I want to say thank you again, everyone, for being here. And as we always say, I always thank and give homage to Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune, of Siskel and Ebert at the Movies, who always said, "And now the aisle is closed." I also want to recognize Larry because he always says, "Always be yourself." Great piece of advice. I also like to recognize, of course, my beautiful wife, Suzanne, who says, "Leave everything in God's hands." And that's how it should be. And I appreciate that too. And what I say here for our channel, as for myself, I always say, always expect the unexpected. Everybody and everyone all at once. That is what I say. I created that myself. I did. And of course, the last thing I like to say is, God bless America. God bless Canada. God bless this beautiful, big, ball blue world that we live on. That's funny. Bless my cats. Always. And of course, peace from MikeySuzeFour. So as I said, because this is Easter week, we're not going to be doing any of the shows this week for the reviews. I know, you're going to miss them. I understand. But hopefully you will get to see me help Gorilla on his cigar lounge on Tuesday, help him out on Friday with his Walton stream. Hopefully I'll be working with Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf, on her podcast and or live stream that she hopes to do this weekend. And Curtis, you be blessed. He says, great stream. Thanks so much. Be blessed. You be blessed, Curtis Selby. Always and forever be blessed. Everybody here, you know who you are. We love you guys and gals. We do. We can't thank you folks enough. Without you, we could never do this. I would never be tempted to do this ever in my wildest dreams. But because you're all here, I love it. Oh, and hello, Pooh Scissors. What up, Mikey? Hello. Sir, we're just about off the air here, but it's good to see you pop in, Pooh. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Not much is going on, Pooh. We're going to celebrate our wedding anniversary here on Saturday. Hopefully, doing a live stream with Charlotte so that we can celebrate not just our wedding anniversary but also Easter. So we want to do something this weekend. Oh, who says I'm always late? It's okay, Pooh. It's okay. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. And wow, we still have 5 people. That's amazing. We still have 5 people watching. That is so cool. Yeah. Well, I did say peace, but you know what? We'll hang for another 5 minutes, but then we'll just go. Because I don't know what else is happening tonight. So yeah. But I will, like I said, I will put up that poll. So yeah. So we'll ask you folks if that's would you like us to do more JASs on Friday nights or excuse me on Monday nights. Usually at the beginning of the week. Yeah, there's not a whole lot that goes on a Monday night, you know. Kids are upset because they had to go back to school today. You know, I don't know when their spring break's coming up, but it must be coming up pretty soon. I know for the Catholic schools around here, theirs will start on Friday. Yeah, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, um, Easter Sunday, and then Monday is Easter Monday. Yeah, so they might get 4 days off this week. Those Catholic schools rather than 3, but we never know. So yeah. And Curtis says howdy and well met to Mr. Pooh Scissors. Hey Pooh Scissors, uh, your name is unique, my friend. It really is. Have you ever thought of changing it? Maybe, maybe slightly tweaking it. I don't have an issue with it. Trust me. Okay, so I'm only I'm only making a suggestion. But if you want to change it to something different, that might be cool. But if you don't, that's fine too. I'm totally fine with that. And Pooh says, hey, Curtis. Yeah, people remember it, though. That's true. Yeah, you're right. It's unique enough that people will remember. So, yeah, I wouldn't ask you to full out change it, okay? All I'm saying is just a suggestion thing. That's it. No biggie. You got it covered. Don't worry about that then. But make sure, folks, you go to Pooh Scissors. Okay? He's better than the name. It's just silly. I know it is, of course. But it's better than the name, everyone. So if you get a chance, go to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to him. Everything, you know, because he's good. He's good people, and he likes to support our channels and hang out with us. And yeah. And let's see. Oh, and tonight's JAS I want to dedicate to a beloved friend. His name is Sashi, and he lives in the country of Malaysia. He is his own self-independent entrepreneur, runs his own place, and he does well, according to what he says. And we love Sashi. Sashi is a wonderful guy. He's only, well, you know, because he lives in Malaysia, I think he's like 16 hours ahead of us, or 13, something like that. But yeah, you should go to Sashi's channel, SASHI. Yeah, go to his channel and please subscribe to him. Uh, you should stop by ABD's next live. Her streams are really fun lately. Oh, you mean a beautiful? Yeah, yeah. Um. Oh, and hey, Sir Lemon. Welcome, Sir Lemon Pie. Hello there. How are you, Sir Lemon? We're almost done here, sir. We have about another minute or so, 2 minutes or so. Pooh, can I now? If you go to see her, Please don't mention this to her, okay? But uh, ABD and I kind of had a falling out. Um, I thought I actually was able to help her out with her situation, her personal relationship, with the guy who's up there and here in Canada somewhere. But she didn't want to listen, and I was trying to help. So all I said was, "Okay, that's it. I can't help you then. I guess that's it. It's just I didn't want to try anymore because she didn't really want to help out. But Pooh, if you see her, don't mention it. Okay, it's just something. Oh, she dumped it for real this time. Well, I'd like to believe that, sir. I really would. And if that's true, awesome, great. She did a great job then. I'm glad she did. I'll see. Okay, if I get a chance, I'll go by and say hello or something. Maybe I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Let's see. Okay, Curtis Selby says hello to Lemon Pie, and Pooh says she dumped it for real this time. Okay, and Lemon says howdy, Curtis. Yeah, she's super chill now that she's free. Well, I'm glad you let me know, Pooh. That was appreciated. Her streams are fun now. Fantastic. All right, cool. All right, well, we'll see, okay? I'll check her out. I'll have to do some things, but I'll check her out if she's going live today. I bet she'd be happy to see you pop in. I'll try. I will, Pooh. I will. I'll try. Yeah. I don't have much going on right now, so yeah. I mean, we're just, Suzanne and I are just chilling out. We're relaxing. I just wanted to put this out there so you folks know, that we're just going to relax this week. It's Easter week, and we just want to kind of honor that, tradition and chill out a little bit. But yeah, but starting next Monday on the 21st, everything will go back to normal. So yeah, cool. Well, thank you, Pooh Scissors. I appreciate that. Alrighty. All right, so let's go. Everyone, take care. Peace out there to you. And God bless everybody here. And you know who you are in the chat. And of course, God bless to all 254 subscribers, which they're not just subscribers to us, they're family. And we're all a community of people that really care for one another. And I hope that we can always stay together. Best wishes, Mikey. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Pooh. All right, take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Probably this weekend. Something will go on for Easter weekend, okay? I will say that. I don't know what time, and I'm not sure where in regards, it'll be either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm not sure, but something will happen. So keep your ears and eyes out, keep the notifications bell on. Don't ever turn it off. Keep that on always so you know what's happening. And we'll see you guys and gals next time. Take care. And God bless.